Hello everyone, in today's video I'd like to talk with you about the theme that is so interesting for everyone. Why are Finns the happiest people in the world? Why are they the happiest nation? As far as I remember, in 2019 or 17 they were considered as the happiest nation, and I wanted actually to talk about this topic, and I want to warn you before I start to talk about it that I will include not only the information from the internet, I will also tell you my personal opinion and my personal thoughts why it is so, and etc. And I do not want to offend anyone. So if you hear something that you do not really like, do not be offended. Just take it as my thoughts. Maybe they can be subjective, and they are, I think, subjective. But anyway, I see what I see and I say what I see. So just let's start, and please, if you do not want to hear anything not really good about yourself and your thing, please don't continue watching this video. But actually there won't be in my opinion anything offensive. Maybe you will only agree with me. So yeah, let's start. Actually, I think this video can be like 30 seconds because I have only one phrase to describe the whole situation. Why are Finns so happy? Finns have everything, they do not need anything, and they don't bother about the life, because when you have everything, you do not think how to improve something, you do not think how can I get this, how can I get that, and you do not worry how everything is going. You're just living and you're having fun with all this life. And it's my personal opinion, but that's how I see it. But anyway, if we dive more deeply into the reasons, let's take one by one. I don't want to pay too much attention to any of them. We will just talk about them briefly. So the first thing that I've read on the internet is that Finns are happy because of their SISU philosophy. And if you didn't hear, if you haven't heard before about this philosophy, SISU is hard to translate in English, but it's something like perseverance, strength of will, something that helps you to overcome difficult situations when there is much pressure. And I completely disagree. Like, I do not understand how is this concept connected with Finns, because it seems to me it's not about Finns at all. It's like more about Japanese people, or I know German people, whoever, but not Finns, because I didn't see a Finn who is so like has such a strong will, who is ready to overcome all the difficulties. I haven't seen one person like this here, and mostly I think people are not connected with this concept at all. So maybe it came from early times and now it's like concept, like brand of Finland, or if it can be called like this, I don't really know. But I don't understand how this concept, how this thing is connected with Finland. So this is not the reason for me why they are happy. The next thing is work satisfaction, because they have this model when everyone is equal, when everyone can say his or her opinion. There is low hierarchy level, and management and staff are almost equal. And it's good for Finns because they feel comfortable, they don't feel stressed because of work, because of some relationships at work. But in my opinion, it goes too far in Finland. Of course, I can't say for all the companies because I haven't worked in all the companies, but anyway, it seems to me that here in Finland, these relationships result in the ineffectiveness and unproductivity of employees, because they feel too free, they have too much freedom, and they actually do what they want to do, and they work how they want to work, and the management don't really express any dissatisfaction with it, because they think, okay, they are our workers, we do not want to put any pressure. And it seems to me that in most cases it works like this. So this concept is a good one for Finns, but it's not a good one, in my opinion, from the perspective of work itself and the work of the company itself. The next thing is free education, and it's great when you do not have to bother about paying for the education and where you can study. I don't really remember, I think that schools are free, but something like college, or it's I don't remember its certain name in Finnish, but I think you should pay for it, and then universities are free, and it's the most important thing, I think, because you can study for your whole life and the government will pay for you. You do not have to really worry about the money and about how you're going to study. And it's so good for Finns. You're so happy that you do not have to bother about financial point of studies. But on the contrary, it makes them so relaxed. It makes them so uninterested in achieving something more during studies. They do not have the same motivation as, for example, people coming from the outside the European Union, because they pay for the studies and they want to take as much as they can. Of course, there are some exceptions. I do not talk about all the people, but the most part of Finns, they do not have this inner engine, how I call it. They do not want to gain more and more because their education is paid. They don't have to worry. If they don't like this one, they can go to another one, and the government also will pay for them. So this reason works quite well for me, why they are happy. The next thing is extensive welfare benefits. Healthcare services are free. There are a lot of sport facilities, sport activities that you can use also for free or for not so high price. Actually, if something happens, Finns do not really again worry about it, because it's all free. You can go just to the doctor, to the medical staff, and they will fix everything. They also, I know, they are paid a certain amount of money from Kela, or from, yeah, I think it's called Kela. Actually it's a pretty good amount of money. They can rent their apartments using this sum of money, and I know that most of students studying with me, they do like this. And it's also great when the government provides you money to live on, and you do not have to always think, oh, how where should I take money from to pay for my flat, and etc. And you can, of course, spend them on something else if you want. Low levels of corruption is another reason for Finns being happy, and I can't add anything else here because it's true. There is, I think, no corruption at all in Finland, and of course it makes its citizens, people who live here, happy. I would be also happy if my country won't be corrupted. Yeah, I think that's the reason of happiness, definitely. Well-functioning democracy is another reason, and it's somehow maybe connected with the previous ones. But anyway, it's important to mention it again that you should not be afraid to say your opinion here, and it doesn't work like this in Russia, of course, because you are afraid, especially if you're a popular person, you should be afraid of saying something out loud, because it will not affect you well. And mostly we keep silent in Russia, and it concerns not only some public speeches or something like this, but it concerns also schools, work, universities, work. If we have some problems, it's highly likely they won't be solved, and if we say something, we will be made silent. because it works like this. You cannot express your opinion actually. And the last maybe reason is the low level of gender gap, because Finland, as far as I know, is one of the most equal countries in terms of gender equality. And that's also a good factor, that's also a good thing, and I think nothing else can be added here, because everyone understands that it's so great when you can have equal opportunities, no matter whether you're a woman or a man. So what can be my conclusion from all this talk here? I think that Finns have a lot of reasons to be happy, and these reasons are great for them, and they are not always great for the development of the country, for the development and improvement of people, for the effectiveness, etc. And also another conclusion that is very, very clear for me is that Finland is a happy place for its citizens, for people who live there, for its inhabitants, however call them. Yeah, they are happy here because they have all these benefits, they have all these opportunities. But for people who come here, you won't be the happiest person, because you do not have this equal rights with others. It's so hard to find work here, you can't imagine. You don't have this the same welfare benefits. You have to pay for the education. Of course, if you're inside the European Union, you don't have to pay for it as well. But anyway, I'm talking just in general right now. And it's highly likely that even if you have a work, Finns there will be appreciated more than you, and it will be harder for you to be promoted if you are not a Finn, if you do not have a Finnish family name or whatever. And you won't feel so much freedom here. Of course, in terms of saying something, saying your opinions, saying your ideas, telling your ideas, whatever, you are free. But in general, you won't be so happy here as Finns are. And I think from now on you can understand why they are so happy, and how it works actually, and how it reflects on other people. So thank you for watching this video. It was there were facts combined with my own opinion, and I don't want to offend anyone, but yeah, that's how I see it. And thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you're interested in some other topics, just write down in comments. I will try to cover them during my next videos. And have a nice day. Goodbye.